Alright, willkommen aus Deutschland. Victoria 2. We are going to do some more stuff. You gotta forgive me, I gotta have to regain my bearings here. It's been a while since I played this. First things I want to do is to make sure all of my mans are in the black for troops, so that I don't have any undermanned brigades, or I'm not stressing out my pops by having these guys. You want to do this when you're at your strongest. And right now we are kind of over our limits, so to speak. And you want to look at your enemies and see what they are at. I know from just, well, it's pretty obvious. We're considerably stronger than France in everything but fleet. See 57 ships right there. But if I look at their military score, they have half of our total. They have 22 from that. 64 brigades. I have a lot more than 64 brigades. Some of them are in Egypt, though, because I'm at war. Now, I want to really, really quick go over what some people have been saying in the things. I'm going to talk for 10 minutes about it, but creating a hegemony as far as colonies in Africa is very much a good idea, but it doesn't unlock until 1870. Really, because you can't start colonizing any of this stuff until 1870. So I'm not worried about that now. I do want to get breech-loaded rifles eventually, so that I can make some guards. And I'm actually going to save all of my soldier pops for guards at this point, and start converting some of my North German stuff to that. I also want to get army decision-making, because it is used for things, but I'm going to go over that in a little bit. As far as our other goals, somebody brought up supporting the Confederacy. That sounds like it might be fun, but to support them I would have to get up to friendly, and to sphere them would take even longer. I don't have a border with them, I don't have any kind of legitimate way to do that, and it would actually kind of take longer and make the Civil War take longer if I took anything from the United States. It probably wouldn't help the Confederacy at all, because they would use up all the soldier pops that the Confederacy would have fighting me. So, and the immigrant draw for the North is so much higher. I don't think that is something we can actually do. If you were Mexico, you could do that, and probably still lose. But you can do it. As the English, you can do it, but as Germany, I don't think we have enough time, really, from when they spawn to getting our relations up high enough to actually do anything. They spawn with basically nothing, and we will not have enough time to intervene in the war. We can declare war for other reasons and help them, but that would be very expensive and basically preclude us from doing anything else, which is kind of stupid, considering they're all the way over there. Basically no reason to be bothered by us. Something else that I was much, much more pleased to consider would be to dismantle Russia, the European part of Russia, to free things like Poland and Belarus and stuff like that. Finland especially Finland. Because then I can make Scandinavia my bro. And do things like that. Rather than... I don't know why Ukraine has a core on this in Crimea. Not to get too topical, but Crimea was never part of Ukraine until after the Soviet Union, so they shouldn't have a core at this point of the game. Later on, yes. No, well, actually, that was done in the 40s. In any case, it doesn't really matter. They're going by modern standards, I guess. In which case, it is part. Okay. Legally, I suppose. So, what we're looking towards doing here is, first and foremost, we want to become the #1 head honcho of everything. And fighting Russia and France constantly, pretty much at every opportunity, is a good way of doing that. Kick them while they're down. Keep them reeling for the rest of their lives. And we can do that most brutally and effectively against France, because they, frankly, have less states. And if we look at what we border. Franche-Comté, for example, is a very good state to take from them, because if you look at their industry scores, aside from like their capital and like I think Picardy, yeah, the Rhone. Where's the Rhone? Where is that? It's down here. We can get a good proportion of their industry just by taking that one province. Now it's not that much, but that should tell you how good it's going to be later. Obviously, Paris has their best stuff, but if we can take this, and then in the next war take Champagne, and in the next war take Picardy, or something like that, isolate them from their neighbors, or even better, if we could isolate them from Italy, that would be really good. But that's kind of an ambitious goal. Russia's considerably easier because we can rip people out of them in peace deals that are worth like 4 infamy, while these are all 11 straight up, especially if I take more than one in a war. Now I could get lucky and just have get less infamy in a war. Now, another primary goal is to get a bunch of the German states underneath us, people who have German, North German, South German in their states. And the Denmark, this isn't even Denmark, and I called it the Denmark. The Netherlands has a ton of Germans in it, especially in Friesland and Gelderland. Not so much over here. I don't think there's any in France. What is this? This is South German, actually. So, excuse enough. Switzerland has absolutely none. It is Swiss. I have said before that that was kind of stupid, and I still stand to that, but whatever. It protects the Swiss from us. They are currently in our sphere. These are Ashkenazi, which are Jewish people. But there is a tiny amount of South German here. And there's some in Poland. Over here. These are actually North Germans, which is our primary culture. I don't think it matters. Yeah, okay. It is still our primary culture. There's more North Germans than South Germans. I think. Here I am talking a lot about stuff. Yeah, 31 versus 22%. It's kind of disturbing that half of our population isn't German at all, but that doesn't really matter. We could release Hungary, and that would go away. But I don't want to do that, that's dumb. So, taking Wielkopolski, this big state here. There's coal here, I think. Coal. And there's a place with coal. It also isolates Krakow from Russia, which would be great. It'd be much more easy to get them in our sphere. Yeah, that's something we want to do, and like the Baltic states, Finland, just kind of create a border from them that we can kind of do stuff with, and then let them do whatever they want in Asia. And basically, if we take Poland from them and make them release a couple states, they'll be so tanked on prestige that they won't be able to do anything. But to do that, we would have to do a real hardcore war with France, to the point that we would have to completely occupy, or at least very strongly destroy France's army to get a chance to do that. We do outnumber France, but we don't outnumber Russia, I don't think. There's a lot of Jewish people here. You would think... So they're accepted cultures that... Okay, so they do have a problem with Polish pops, but not until later in the game. So I guess you want to start with the most expensive thing. We don't want to do this yet, because I'm not quite prepared for war. I want to finish this war down here. Let's go ahead and start it. I'm just going to siege this up. Okay. So they do the smart thing. They did. They left a couple of states open so that they can declare war on them again. Good job, America. Okay, so I have some more armies I can build. So, in doing our decisions, we want to look at what we need. So, we are currently in military-industrial complex, which is one of the better things. Whatever. Who cares about Luang Prabang? The Kiel and the Suez Canal are very, very, very good for us. And we'll probably achieve those goals fairly easily. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Whatever. I actually have more generals now, so that's good. If they go to Suez, that would actually be better for me. So I already have Kiel. I already have Suez. I'm going to have Suez after this. The Krupp Germania Werft is something I can't do until I have steel steamers, which doesn't unlock until 1870. The Schwabing Circles requires... and just gives you prestige anyway. Expressionism, which also unlocks in 1870. You don't have any morale, dude. Ah, this is... who? Netherlands. So the Netherlands is a potential war target. It's a good idea to be up to at least friendly in. And for now, we may not want to bother with small things like the Netherlands, not wasting our infamy on that. Now, we are Super Germany. We can go over the infamy limit if we want to, but we don't want to because that would make break their alliance with us. United Kingdom, rather. Break their alliance with us. Let's actually foster some good relations with the Ottoman Empire. They're probably very likely to go under, and they're also likely to declare war on Russia if Russia gets too weak. So that's nice for us. Back to what I was doing. So these two are basically going to be in the bag. We'll get a ton of prestige and new stuff. This I can't do yet. There's something that gives us a special, unique tech school. Maybe Germany can't do that. Maybe that's just Prussia. But I think it unlocks after we do the Ruhrboom, maybe? I'm pretty sure we can do that. And all we need to have is ordnance factories, which we're currently working on. The next thing we're going to do is von Moltke's Reform, which is supposed to do the Franco-Prussian War. And we have... we'll do that tech next. So, pay for all these railroads. What do you do? Whatever, that's enough. So that's going to give us Dumyat, Mansura, Zigzagik, Zikazik, Suez, Al Arish, and Sharm el-Sheikh. Otto Nikolai. Comedic opera, The Merry Wives of Windsor, based on Shakespeare's play of the same name, premiered in Berlin, become Nikolai's biggest success. I don't know, I like the play better. Get some prestige. We have the Valhalla, which gives us a little bit of a prestige bonus. Now, going up to the Expressionism thing to get that prestige decision is pretty good because it gives us extra prestige from all of our prestige sources, which is very, very, very nice. But not necessarily we currently want to be doing. Can't do that yet. I want to be friendos with Denmark now. We have no reason to be at war with them, I don't think. Nope, no Germans here. So yeah, we have a long time left in the game. Like nothing really dangerous going on. Alright, whatever. Kill his army. Get more war score. Keep looking at the bottom to see a war thing like I'm playing Crusader Kings 2. Oh, one thing I also was thinking about doing was playing some EU4 since the Art of War just came out yesterday. Sounds like a fun time. I'd have to reacclimate myself to the game a little bit. This would be nice. And I think I got the converter working for Hearts of Iron 3. Although it's being really wonky with me, it actually works now. Like, I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working before, but I figured it out. And yeah, I might be doing that if I can get any kind of idea. This is Egypt. Oh, this is my friendo over here in Sicily. Taking this out. It's fine. If they want to add a war goal for that, I will certainly give it to them. It doesn't cost me anything. So, war goals and infamy are primarily something I'm concerned about for diplomatic reasons. I would be perfectly willing to go up to the infamy limit, but I don't want to break that until I'm actually ready to go to war with everyone in the world, which I will be eventually. Did I already have the event? I don't know. So we got organized factories, so we can do encourage the ruhr boom, which is very, very, very good. Until 1860, it's 10 years basically. Factory owner cost goes down or up. I'm not sure. It's red. It should be bad, but it's down. Population growth, which is the most important thing. Factory throughput. This is for everything. Now this is unlock the thing. Support the Krupp family. Yes, it unlocks this. Peculiar and military industrial complex is emerging in the now heavily industrialized ruhr area. Several leading industrialists, notably from the Krupp family, are working together with the Prussian army and government officials to develop, in coherence with Prussian state ideology, our military and industrial capabilities. Voltaire has said of Prussia that it is the army with a country. And nowhere is this more true than the Ruhr. So we need cheap steel, iron breech-loaded artillery, and state and government, and an industrial score higher than 500. That is actually the most difficult part of it. I'm definitely going to be going down all of those trees because they're all very good. State and government is something I can do right now, but let's get army decision making first. We definitely want to pay attention to these steamers because we need those for other stuff. We also need inorganic chemistry to build the canals. Not much of a rush there. We're going to need state and government, nationalism, imperialism. Empiricism, which doesn't unlock until 1860, so we have plenty of time. Plenty of time to do that. But getting our industry score over 500 is just a matter of time. And I just broke their alliance with the Ottomans. I don't know if I care about the Ottomans. Alright, do we have the war score to end this? Because I don't particularly care about taking anything else. No. We need, like 16. 20. Okay. Don't want any other war goals. I'd rather do actual stuff with more people. And the Swiss are coming to help me. Nice. I like the Swiss. I would rather not be hostile to the Swiss because they give me a nice buffer. That is to be expected. Let's not waste our points by talking to someone we're discredited in. So, do we have a truce with everybody else still? I only care about Europe. We have a truce with... Oh, it's a great power. So we have a truce with Parma. Can't touch Sardinia, Piedmont, the Papal States. If I could knock France out of great power status, that would be amazing. And if I could do that in a war, full occupy France, that would be awesome. Before they get the chance to start building a huge base in Africa. That would be nice. That'd be very nice. I would have to basically ignore Russia for quite a while. Or fight Russia first. Russia has more manpower though, so it'd be better to ignore them rather than to ignore France. It's a tough choice. It is definitely a tough choice. So army decision making will unlock our awesome thing, which will make our armies awesome for quite a while. We should definitely take advantage of that. I'll start fabricating a claim on probably Russia to get that juicy bit of Poland. So that if I release Poland, I get to keep that. pay the money. Okay, so we can add Tuscany to our sphere. Very nice. We'll be slow with this. We don't actually need to rush anything. We'll probably want to snag the Ottoman sphere when they fall out of status, which they will. It is inevitable. They are basically on a nice army attrition down. That's nice. Nice as hell. They are an inevitable decline that only the player can prevent. I have seen them keep their great power status, but that's only with me fucking around with the other great powers. So what am I doing with my things? What's your Alfold? I remember I was doing this last time. What is your percentage here? Would say here. This is Central Hungary. I think it's actually higher than that. Whatever. Let's actually keep focusing on our industry stuff for now. And we'll just use one of our foci for that. And wait until it's about 2%. And yeah, that'll be good. Serbia goes bankrupt. I believe they are a vassal of the Ottomans, so not necessarily something we want to be doing. No, they're in the sphere, they're not a vassal. Wallachia is a vassal. Serbia would just be a thorn in my side and not something I'd really want to. Be a huge waste of time to do anything to them. 5%. It's much cheaper to do colonial wars once you have nationalism and imperialism. I did this straight out the gate, balls to the wall, because I kind of wanted something to do while I was recovering from this French thing, and while I'm teching up a little bit. So I'm 161 military score at 72, 123. The United Kingdom is at 127. Why are they mobilized? They're at war with Egypt, but that doesn't explain why they're mobilized. I didn't mobilize for that. And if I mobilized, they'd be much, much stronger than France and Russia. But that would have, like, shitty dudes. One of the things that mobilization is actually very good for is for occupying people. It doesn't cost a whole lot in terms of pop to occupy lands with them, just to carpet siege. You know. So we've got Sharm el-Sheikh. Portugal broke their alliance with the United Kingdom for some reason. We are at 8. We're probably going to have to take Cairo. Let's go ahead and send the Hussar there too. I don't think it really helps with the sieges, but whatever. It's fine. I don't think they even have an army anymore. No. Chinese Empire is doing stuff over there. If they industrialize, that means I lost my window of opportunity to attack them. But I don't have the naval power to ship troops over there anyway. Being friendly with the Ottoman Empire, as I said before, is not a bad idea. I still have a truce with Denmark. When does my truce with Denmark run out? Whenever their truce with Sweden does. 1854? What? Well, whatever. It doesn't say. Because I suppose looking at my country would be better. I have a truce with Denmark until 1854. Okay, so I was right. The Uck is doing some stuff over here. That's fine. Building up, building up, building up. Tuscany is almost at the top level. So then I can start focusing on somebody else. Alright. So let's go back to Diplomacy Simulator. I really apologize for that. The whole staying in the diplomacy menu for a long time, but it really is necessary to do this. So, Parma. Who are we friendly with? Neutral. Not Krakow, Lucca. Yes. Lucca. Oh, and it pops up over here if we have somebody messing with our mans. So. I wasn't paying attention to that as much as I should have. Okay, these guys are done. I wish there was like a literacy map. Well, I guess the easiest way to do it is just to put the dude there, see what the thing is. That's close enough. We'll do that. Because there isn't any time constraints in doing that. This is red, so I think maybe that's not a good idea. Let's do some stuff in West Preußen. Alright. That was Bohemia anyway. So. Okay. 18 they should accept soon. They will accept now! Die Zeiten. Yes, okay. So down to 10 infamy. I'll get rid of these mans. War between Brazil and Bohemia. And the Ottomans insulting me. I don't know why they would do that. Whatevs, man. I gotta get my relations up again, apparently. They reset. Which is not necessarily bad. Since Russia apparently is fine with me now. But Sweden's still high. Okay. So once army decision making is done, we will consider what we want to do. What does that thing actually do? Monkeys reforms, gives me supply consumption, organization rate. Yes, so it's just cool stuff for our army. So we want to have that. When is this tech done? 1851. Well, yeah. November. I've got enough infamy that I can start justifying war. The question is whether I want to do it with Russia, which certainly would give me that chunk of Poland, or do it with France. If I can keep beating France down and down and down and down, then they'll become much, much weaker, and I will have an easier and easier and easier time to do this. So I think justifying a war with France is the best plan. 308 days. Hopefully we get a bit of a break on this one. We got caught pretty quickly the last time. I think I might want to call it a session here pretty soon, though. Just so that I'm not completely confused about what I want to do next time. I think I already did this here. No, okay. Alright. You know what? Yeah. we're going to call this a session. I will probably keep playing after this, but I don't know. I'll see you next time on this play, Victoria 2, where we will probably try to take advantage of our stuff here and decide what we want to do.